Hi everyone, it's Kristen with Shifting Roots, and today is day 3 of the Perfect Perennials Challenge, where we're talking about perennials that can seem innocent at first but soon grow into a nightmare.
I'm taking you on a small tour of my yard to show you how I took my overgrown yard that has been neglected for many years and I'm slowly turning it into a little paradise. So let's begin.
4 years ago, my entire yard looked like this. It was incredibly grown over, purple bellflower, lots of ferns, just an absolute nightmare to deal with. When we first bought this place, we thought that it was just all plain grass, and then discovered that all along the edges of the fence, we had something like this to contend with.
We've been here for about 4 years, and this is the last bed that I finally have to do. Basically, every year I have just picked a bed and made that my project for that year, because if I tried to do the whole thing, it just would be too big of a project and I would get extremely discouraged.
Even though I've been through these beds plenty of times, I still have to go through and weed every single year in the spring, and then weed a couple more times. So this is an area that I haven't weeded, and that I have some perennials that I've planted in here. So as you can see, these lilies are the ones, I'm sorry, I should point to lilies. Lilies right here, these are ones that I've planted, and this is some creeping bellflower that absolutely litters the place. More creeping bellflower. I have a lot of lily of the valley. I actually really like lily of the valley, but the problem is there's just way too much of it and it interferes with everything. I'm also finding, as I'm clearing out my perennial garden, that some of these peonies are popping up that originally the peonies weren't there at all.
It's probably hard to believe, but over the years, the 4 years we've been here, I have pulled out over 400 ostrich furs. But let me tell you, it feels like 4,000. I've also pulled out countless things of that creeping bellflower. I have some bugleweed. Now, in all locations, these things are not problems, but here where I live on the Canadian prairies, and our soil is very clay, these things are really an issue. So when you're reading these lists that I'll link to up above, just keep in mind that it might be a little bit different for you depending on what location you're in.
And this is why I hate ferns and bugleweed, because even though I laid down a good thing of mulch, they're still coming through.
All right, it's starting to rain, so I'm gonna have to cut this video short. So as usual, I hope you're enjoying the Perfect Perennial Challenge. I'll have all the links for you in the video if you're watching on YouTube. And if you like this and found it helpful, like, share, give it a comment, and we'll see you tomorrow for cut flowers and where I announce my special deal just for joining the Perfect Perennials Challenge. All right, have a great one. We'll see you tomorrow.